Hey guys, this is Connor Dales, and this is a video demonstration of me routing a 6G monster coupon. In this demonstration, I will be using the backfeed method, which is, for me, is my favorite form of routing with TIG wire. I gap these two coupons with a 532 gap, and my heat is around 110 amps. So my filler wire can move in and out pretty easily. It really comes down to personal preference, whether you like a big gap or a small gap, and if you like to run hotter or colder, it's just whatever you're comfortable with. And the main goal that I focus on is having a nice consistent bead all the way up through there. Try not to dip my tungsten or add too much filler wire, and just staying nice and steady and in control of the puddle as I work my way around it. And coming up to the top here is where I have a little bit of trouble every now and then, because sometimes I might overfill or add too much filler wire and my root will be kind of heavy. And most generally what I'll do to fix that problem is I will kind of hang out, or I'll have my filler wire outside the bevel a little bit and kind of have gravity take over and pull it down. That way I won't have to worry about, is there too much wire there, or is it not enough? And you're just having the same amount of, adding the same amount of wire all the way through to the tack. And another thing is making sure that you're tying into your tack completely. And the way I do that is I get to my tack and I'll tie in, and I'll hang out up top for a while, and I'll add wire as needed. As you can see right here, just letting it all tie in nice and efficiently. And now I move over to the right-handed side of the coupon. I am a left-handed welder, so I will almost always weld the left-handed side first. That way, if the machine's too hot or my gap's a little bit bigger than what I would like, I can usually compensate for it by moving just a little bit faster. And since we're on my right-handed side, I will almost always, brace my TIG hand with my pinky or a TIG finger or something, so that way I know I'm a little bit extra stable. Also, when I'm moving up through this bevel, I make sure my tungsten is nice and sharp and always clean, and that way I can avoid trapping anything dirty. And I just take my tungsten and I go from the top of the bevel to the bottom bevel, and back and forth and making sure that I'm feeding a consistent amount of wire, so that way I get a nice and even and pretty looking bead going through there. And as I'm coming up through this right hand side, one thing that you need to keep in mind is remaining comfortable. As a lot of you all know, that if you're in a position where you're uncomfortable, it's kind of hard to weld efficiently. And it's the same process right here. I'm just going back and forth and making sure that I'm breaking down both walls. As I'm tightening this tack, I'm doing the same thing as I did before, hanging out and adding filler wire as needed to make sure it's efficiently put in there. And as I finish this last tie-in, we're going to zoom in on the root, or the finished product. As you can see, it's nice and consistent and tied in, and it's not too high in one spot or it's not too low in another. And you're allowed an 1/8 inch reinforcement or just flush with the metal. And I like to go just for a little bit in between. I think it looks nice and pretty that way. Anyways, I hope that you were able to learn anything from this video or pick up on any helpful tips. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you.